Everybody going. We're just gonna play some random arcade games. Let's see what we got. I'm getting a retrocade in about possibly 10 weeks. I just gotta wait till they build it. The game. Oh, order down.
Have you heard about grounding shoes? I was a Noble diehard. Wouldn't train in anything else, but these have changed the game for me. They've got this new technique.
So here's Megan talking about the fight that has erupted between Dan and Kash Patel on one side, basically versus Bondi on the other side. Take a look.
And so now you have a situation where her words on the record on Fox News are diametrically opposed to what she put in this memo. She's embarrassed the president. She's embarrassed herself. And Dan and Kash, to the extent they've had to sign off on that, let's understand the FBI is controlled by the DOJ. The FBI is subservient to DOJ. She's their boss. That they're in this position where the only comments they've made on the record as administration officials have been, we don't think he killed himself. We don't think he got murdered. We think he did kill himself. We looked at the tapes, and Kash to Joe Rogan saying, if I saw all these tapes of Jeffrey Epstein with little girls, trust me, I would show you. But I haven't seen it. Okay, so what they're saying now is consistent with what they've said since they joined the office. And that is one of the many reasons why this scandal is squarely on her. And I'm telling you, I'm of the cable news universe. I've seen it happen a million times. People get thirsty. They love to see themselves in touch. They love to see their names in the Glee lights. They love the attention. They love the little emails and texts and tweets and thumbs up they get after their appearance, and they can feel their star rising. And listen, internally, I'm told there's a bit of like a power struggle between Pam Bondi and another female administration official on who's going to be the top.
Okay, first off, it's a sidebar showing that he's up on nicotine. He looked like a drug addict with all the chewing. But that aside, okay, what she said there was right. So there's this tension. Now, this is 100% sure. There's a lot of conjecture around all this, but we know there seems to be mass tension now between Bongino and Kash and Pam Bondi, because either she lied or she overpromised or she was confused or something. So now let's get you caught up on that. This from a couple of days ago on the Daily Wire. Dan Bongino, the deputy director of the FBI, is threatening to leave the bureau if Attorney General Pam Bondi remains on the job, a source close to Bongino tells the Daily Wire. Bongino is reportedly furious with Attorney General Pam Bondi over her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files,
because I should not be able to fucking
from the job that
that's crazy, dude.
The source close to Bongino said that he's effectively issued an ultimatum saying he won't work alongside Bondi. The rift between Bongino and Bondi intensified on Wednesday, days after the Department of Justice announced there was no evidence to prove that child rapist Jeffrey Epstein had a client list, had blackmailed powerful people, or had been murdered. Bondi had promised to reveal major details in the case 5 months ago when there were no massive revelations to bring forward. A source close to the Justice Department told the Daily Wire that Patel also wants Bondi gone and that he would consider departing alongside Bongino. The source also said that Patel wanted Bondi to unseal more documents. Now Bongino is considering sending in his resignation over the fallout with Bondi. While it remains unclear if Bongino will step down, his normally active official social media account has been quiet since Wednesday, and his frustration with Bondi reportedly boiled over. One source close to Bongino predicted Axios he ain't coming back. Trump administration officials, however, are saying that Bongino remains on the job. Okay, since I've said a couple of times that I know Dan, I've worked with Dan when I created local, Dan I was one of the park traders in Columbus.
Oh my God, yo, that was not cool, dude.
We've done other things. Dan is a good guy and a forthright guy and everything else. So I can only speak to the fact that I know him to be that. So what it sounds like is Dan Bongino is pissed because either he feels that she completely bungled this, meaning overpromised or didn't know what was on her desk, or she was lying. Now, it might be possible that she ended up getting all of these files on her desk, whatever that means by files. And it turned out they didn't have like a smoking gun. They were like, oh, we have these flight logs, but we can't match it with any video. Like, we just don't know. But I can tell you, as much as I trust anyone in this business that I've had any connection with, Dan seems to me to be an upstanding guy.
Swiss engineer created a portable cooling system that's so efficient, it's making old ACs obsolete. This new portable cooling system can drop the temperature in a room by up to...
What I was saying was...
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dave Rubin. This is the Rubin Report. It is July 14th, 2025. Hope you had a great weekend. We are back at it, live streaming on Rumble, YouTube, and Locals. And as you know, we're looking to crush those subscriber numbers by the time I go up the grid. So take a moment right now. Connor, do you have the elevator music ready to play? If I was to sit here for 6 seconds quietly right now, hit that button. Alright, thank you for subscribing. I'm going to give you 3 seconds of it because you're already subscribed and you're quick and on your feet. We got a lot to catch up on. Obviously, a bunch of this Epstein stuff, and really what I want to focus on more so is the stuff that's happening within the administration as it relates to some of the infighting there. Mostly what seems to be going on between Pam Bondi, Attorney General, and Dan Bongino. And Dan, who I know, so I trust as much as I can trust someone that I know in this space, so I'll try to offer a little bit of clarity on some of that kind of stuff. Then there's some ICE raids in California, and there's nothing the Democrats love more than illegal, especially illegal children who are picking marijuana. We'll talk a little bit about crazy Democrats blaming everything on climate change. And then Trump's legacy, which despite a little bit of the craziness going on at the moment, I think is standing strong. But, you know, over the weekend, it was a major anniversary. And if you want to, I'm always talking about how it just seems to me, at least, maybe it's something about middle age at 49, the world just gets faster and faster. Maybe it's got kids. I don't know exactly what it is. But the year and the time, everything seems fast to me these days. And it was only a year ago, actually a year and a day ago, that Donald Trump was almost assassinated when he was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania at that rally. And yesterday was the anniversary. And I just want to focus on that for just a moment. So, of course, here's a little bit of the video of the actual shooting.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something...
I think there's a shooting in Dallas right now. Let me check it out. 1 second. Leave a comment in the chat. Tell me what's up. What's up? Okay, so there is a shooting in Dallas right now.
From hard hats,
I just don't know what part of Dallas.
Granger's got your
Because
safety needs
Dallas
covered.
is pretty big.
Shop Granger's vast inventory of safety products. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Brief regarding this incident. To be fully transparent, the Dallas Police Department is releasing the 911 audio and body-worn camera footage to this incident.
Okay, so what happened?
There is a man walking this, like, across the street, and he's walking back and forth with a knife in his hand, and it's like he has a shirt in his hand, wrapped around his hand, and he has the knife in his hand. He's walking back and forth. He's looking at my neighbor's house, and there's only a woman there that I know. And he's like walking back and forth there, and then the dogs start barking. He's walking up to them as well, but he's just standing in his own place with the knife. He's getting kicked in there.
So there's someone on the way out. Is he, is it a white man with a gray t-shirt, gray pants?
Yes, and it looks like he's cutting himself. He's cutting himself.
Okay.
On his arm. It looks like he's cutting himself on his arm.
All right, we have a call for police and ambulance going on.
Okay,
Okay, we'll update the information. They're on the way out.
okay,
All right, okay, thank you, now.
thank you.
Drop the knife! 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 Drop the fucking knife! Drop the 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 knife! Shot fired. Watch him up, shot fired. Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
To let you know, Officer Anthony Vargas has been a member of the department since January of 2025. I have invited Special Investigator Lieutenant Benny Hanley to join the podium in case there's any.
Let's be real. Most people over 40 use ChatGPT like it's Google. Copy, paste.
So one is we meet with him when he's here or when we meet with him. And two, do you agree with Cuomo's essentially thought or request that candidates who are not leading drop out by September?
I'm scheduled to meet with the Democratic nominee at the end of the week back home in Brooklyn. Haven't had a conversation with Eric Adams or Andrew Cuomo since the primary and have no current plans to do so at this moment.
What is your reaction to the President Trump issued today the need to build a ribbon for names in Ukraine? How do you see this playing out?
Vladimir Putin has spent the entire year punking Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Donald Trump promised many things.
He's a very bad man. He's such a horrible human being.
And break promise after promise after promise in a whole lot of areas, including Donald Trump's promise that there would be peace in Ukraine on day one of his presidency. How is that working out? How is that working out?
He's such a horrible human being.
Donald Trump has spent the first 6 months of his presidency playing footsie with Vladimir Putin.
And he's so
And the
horrible.
response from Vladimir Putin, a sworn enemy of the United States of America, has been to unleash terror on Ukrainian children. Donald Trump has zero credibility in this area. Is he just now figuring out that Ukraine is a friend to the United States of America and Russia is an enemy? Is he just now figuring out that the United States should always stand on the side of democracy, freedom, and truth, which is standing with Ukraine as opposed to standing on the side of authoritarianism, tyranny, and propaganda, which is what he's been doing by standing with Russia and Vladimir Putin? Is he just now figuring this out? Congress has to act independently in this area, and we should sanction Russia and continue to keep the pressure on Vladimir Putin and Russia, a sworn enemy of this country, until the Ukrainian people are able to achieve victory for themselves, our NATO allies in Europe, and the free world.
Peter Jeffries, I want to get your thoughts on the Genius Act and
Yes, my expectation to have a conversation about the crypto legislation at the leadership meeting that we have today at 5:15, and then at the steering and policy meeting, and then at the Democratic caucus meeting tomorrow morning, and I'll articulate a position on both pieces of legislation thereafter.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. Speaker Johnson was asked yesterday, the legislative agenda going forward now that the reconciliation bill was passed. He said that Republicans are going to pursue up to